Hi guys, my name is Firefly and welcome back to a brand new episode of Timberborn, where we're playing on a modded series. If you want to check out the mods, go check the description down below. I have a list of all the mods we're using there. It's not many, it's only a few. And yeah, let's just get straight into it. So in the last episode, we unblocked a lot of water sources, which has made this whole map green. It's amazing, it's absolutely amazing. But the main reason why I wanted to do that is because I wanted to see how that affects this area here. Now, as you can see, it has got quite high, and I think this is the highest it kind of goes. Now, the reason why I want to know why it affects this area here is because I want to do something I haven't seen done yet. Now, it's time to reveal that. I want to make Atlantis. If you don't know what Atlantis is, it's a mythical city underwater. Now, the way I plan to do this, right? Let's get to the planning. Is that we're going to build a town underwater here, so it's going to be submerged. And when the drought comes in and all the water drains from this area, it's going to be livable. Now, there's always going to be beavers there, but when it's submerged underwater, they can't use the houses or stuff like that, so they'll go to whatever's available. So there's a few things that we've got to do in order to make Atlantis, right? So we've got to make a town under here that's functional once all the water comes out. But when the water comes back in, we've got to make an area for them to be able to go to live out the wet season, let's say. So this is kind of the reverse of what we're doing here. So in these areas, the wet season is good. They get to farm their crops, they get to farm their trees and make their food and whatever they need to do in the wet season. In the dry season, they find it quite hard because they run out of water and they run out of power and all that stuff. But it's going to be the opposite here. Once the wet season hits, they won't have much to do. They'll have to be able to... We're going to give them something to do, like, let's say, some leisurely stuff, so they can enjoy themselves. But once the wet season disappears and it reveals the town, they'll be back at work, farming their crops, farming everything they need to survive the wet season. So that also poses a challenge of they need to be able to make enough food to last them for the wet season, because they're not going to be producing food outside of the wet season. Now, at first, we are going to be sending food from other districts, but I do want to see if I can make it sustainable for them to do it without having the need from outside influences. Now, the only thing that they're going to have that is always going to be needed from outside influence is the power here. So we are going to connect it to a power grid. So there is going to be a lot of planning, but it's going to be super fun. Let's get into it. So we really have to plan and think 10 steps ahead. Now, what I mean by that is because we need to look at the fact that once all this water's gone, what's going to be operational, what's not going to be operational. We need to plan where power is going to go when there's no water and how power is going to be transferred to the upper area when there is water. So first we need to make the basis of this place. So let's think about how big we want it to be. Now, the bottom bit is mostly going to be made some from levees. Would they even need levees? Because once all the water's gone, it shouldn't be too bad. We might need levees for farming areas, just for irrigation, because they're going to need to have water in there. They're definitely going to need to have some sort of water. So I'm thinking of making a sort of underground sewage area. I say sewage, but underground water area that's also going to hydrate some land. So we need to think about how many beavers are going to be here, because once we get the amount of beavers here, we need to think about food production. So I want to be able to do, let's say, what are the houses like? So you got 16, 8, 5, 10. So if we have around 50 beavers, yeah, 50 beavers. That's a lot of beavers. And they consume about 3 food per day. Say the wet season lasts, let's say 100 days. That is going to be absolutely crazy. So I completely forgot the settings for this one. I don't know how often the droughts happen. I don't even know if there's a setting for that. So I want to store at least about 5,000 food. That's a lot of food. So I'm planning to be making bread. Bread is the best thing when you want to stock it up. As you can see over here, we've got literally a small patch here. The carrots are bigger, everything else is bigger. But if you look, we're so good with bread. Like, bread just produces so much, and that's because the wheat here gives you 3 grains of wheat, and then when you turn that into flour, and then you turn it into bread, that gives you 5 bread per flour. So one of these gives you 15 breads, which is absolutely crazy. Whereas if we look at carrots now, that gives you 3 carrots per. So it's already 5 times the amount. So bread is obviously the route we're going to go. So if we want around 5,000 bread, we're going to need about, that's a lot. So they take 10 days to grow. So there's the other problem as well. There's so many problems, but we're gonna solve them. This is gonna take a few episodes, but we're gonna solve it. So wheat takes 10 days to grow, right? If the drought is 9 days long, the wheat will not grow. So they will not be able to harvest the food in time. So there may be a chance that we need to actually make different types of food with different growing times. So carrots have 4 days. Sunflowers have 5. Potatoes, no. Cattail has 8 and they have 12. So we need to have a mixture of wheat and carrots. So if we just go like this, I want my wheat farm to be along here. Now I don't know how big that is actually. That is 6. That is 6. Should we do one more of 6? Yep, like that. And what is the length? That is, well, I should count as I go down, isn't it? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 times 6 on each one, which is a fair amount. I think that's like 72. So there's around 214 or 16 or something like that. Quick maths. 216 here, which each of these is going to produce 5 bread. So that's a lot of bread. That is a lot of bread. I don't know if it's going to be 5,000 bread, but that's a lot of bread. And then we're going to make a carrot area like so. So we're going to do sort of that the same. So 6 by 12. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And do the same here. And do that like that. Because we don't actually need as much carrots. It's just in case we don't get enough time to do wheat. But a lot of the droughts nowadays are over 11 days. So you can put path in through this, because we know that's how it's going to be. Like so. And there we go. So that's the farming area for Atlantis. And we're gonna keep the name Atlantis. I like it. So when the water drains, they need to rush out and deal with all of this. Now, how are we gonna irrigate this? I am thinking of putting some sort of levee system along here. So if we do something like that, and we do it along there, and along here, just to retain some of the water. So let's get that done. Okay, with that done, we need to think about how we're going to drain the water out of here when the water disappears, because as soon as the water disappears, we need to be on this, but we need to keep the water in here. So again, guys, this design might change a few times because we're going to be learning a lot and we're going to be going through a lot. Now I've kept it on pause because we're going to take our time dealing with it, and there's nothing really important going on anywhere else, so we can keep it on pause. So if I leave one of these open, then that will fill that out, but then it will just come back in. So that's the problem. So then the other solution would be not to have it on the outside. Right? The other solution would be to most probably have it in the middle somewhere. Now it's got to last a decent amount of time. Now, I've got a few solutions here. So we can either put little pods like, can I delete this? Yeah, we can either put little pods like this here. Like, we can do it like that. And once the water drains, the water will stay in here and irrigate the rest of the area. And we can put like a few around. That will keep the place irrigated and it will drain the water out everywhere else. I think that is a decent idea. Or we can just do a whole system in the middle of levees that irrigate the whole area. So there's a few different designs we could do. This way it only sort of takes up a little bit as well. So if we put more, let's see, where's the wheat? We can put wheat like that. And it could be irrigating. It irrigates quite a big space. We could mostly put one here and one here. And now that should irrigate the whole area. We could put one over here for safety. But yeah, we could do something like that. So I'm gonna come up with a little design like this. I might move the farm a little bit over because we've got the whole area to play with, really. We don't have to limit ourselves too much. So yeah, let me come up with a little farm design and I'll get back to you. Okay, so this is what I've come up with in regards to farming. So we've got wheat up here, we've got carrots down here. There is a chance that I may change these to more wheat depending on how things go. But the sort of way this works is that the water comes in here. Once it drains out, we'll have a block of water here. Now, a block of water should last about 15 days, I believe, before it evaporates. So that should really last us until we do one harvest. That's all we need to do. We need to get one harvest done, get loads of food produced, and we should be all happy. Happy little beavers. So hopefully that can sustain 50 beavers. I'm not sure though. I am absolutely not sure. But we'll try. We'll see how it goes and we'll make adjustments to it. So now that we've got the sort of flooring done of farming, we can start working on a production area. And I kind of want a nice little sort of area here that sort of shows that it's something unique, you know. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. But we also need to make it elevated to a point where they have some sort of connection to the outside world. So when water does come in, they have a place to go. So that's why the district center is actually going to be above water. It can actually be above this line. Because if the district gets flooded, then they might go to another district. We don't want that. We want them to stay here. But we're going to have houses down here. And I'm thinking about a house at the top as well. We don't really want them to have like so many houses at the top. I want them to start living at the bottom when the water disappears. How are we going to do that? We can't assign like priorities to housing or what houses they use. So we'll figure something out. We will figure something out. So I do want to start sort of preparing the middle spine is where they're going to be able to get from top to bottom. So that's mainly going to be made out of platforms, I would say. I don't think I need it to have levees in there. So yeah, I think platforms will be the best. And it's going to be sort of like facing this direction. So we've got all this area to think about. I think we can start a sort of ascension here. I think that would be okay. I think that would be okay. And we can sort of make, oh, no, look at that. Look at that. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm going crazy. Let's just not talk about that. Let's pretend that did not happen at all. There we go. Pathing? What pathing? Okay. Let's try that again. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces in between. We can make a sort of like elegant staircase going up. Do I want to turn these sideways? Is that something that I want to do? 2, 3, and 4. That might be an option. Well, we can see where this takes us. We can see what it's saying. And we'll do something like that. Like this. How high do we need to go up? We need to go up relatively high. So this is 1 floor, 2 floors, 3, 4, 5. I think the 5th one is where we're above sea level. So it could be something like that. Yeah, I think that will be okay. I think that would be okay. Alright, so I've kind of changed it a little bit. I've put this actual stairs like this, and you can see it literally just comes above sea level, which is great. I think, so what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, yeah. So 5 should be about here. Absolutely perfect. So that's going to be the sort of top area that we can play with. What are the... There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it fits perfectly. Look at that. Oh, that's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So that could be the top area where they live in the wet season at some point. What about if I put a few like this? And then once, like the top area is going to be really small. Like I don't want, like when there's water there, I don't really want to see a big town, but when the water goes away, you want to see this massive, massive town. So we'll keep that like that for now. If I can put another, oh, that fits so nicely. This doesn't though. This doesn't at all. Could do something like that and leave that open for now. So I'll keep that like this for now, just to know what sort of spacing we have. So now we've sort of got that prepared. Let's look at food production. And we're going to need fast trees as well. What trees are the fastest? Birch at 9 days. Oh, that's not great, is it? That's not great at all. But yeah, I think it's going to have to be that. What are the wheat again? 10 days. Okay, so if we can get wheat, we should be able to get trees. Okay, we'll sort that out in a sec. So in order to make bread, we first need a grits mill to turn it into, this one. Turn it into flour. And then we'll need to make a bakery to turn it into that. Then we need some sort of storage area. We could make it down here. Means we're gonna have to get the power to come all the way from here across. I was hoping not to have to do that. I thought of what this hole could be used for. It could be used for power transfer. Yep. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's figure this out first. So if we get, I think 3 of them should be more than enough. What is it looking like over here? So we've got only this much. We've got far more over there. And we've got 3 or 6. We've actually got 6. How is the week? We still got far too much. Okay. So yeah. we mostly need a lot. Does it actually say? Okay, it does it in like 1 in 0.66 or 0.78 hours. We're getting 3. So if we times it by 3, so it'll be doing like 3 just under 2.5 hours or something like that. Yeah, just under 2.5 hours it'll be doing 3. That helps me in absolutely no way because I don't know how many we're producing per hour with this. Yeah, I just don't know. It's going to take a lot of calculation, but for now, let's put 4 because I have got kind of an idea of what I want to do at the top as well. We may carry some food up to the top so we can process it during the wet days. Grits mill, let's get 4. Then we need bakeries. Now I think we're going to need a decent amount of bakeries because I want to produce it as fast as possible. And I want this town to look quite big. I don't want it to just look like a small town underneath here. It's going to be quite big. I'm going to delete this because I kind of want this to continue going down. So we have to figure out something to do in this space. Can't do it like that, can we? No. How can we do this in a nice, orderly way? Let's get where it smells like this. The only problem when it's like this, it's hard to transfer the power across. Yeah, we can't do that. If we put the bakeries in here, do it like that, and like that. Then we can have this bit coming down as well. We can have some grits mills. I always find it weird saying that name. I don't know why. I just don't like saying that name. Like so. Okay. That's pretty cool. Let's get the district center up here. I think it's going to be around here somewhere. It should be able to cover this whole area. Well, it should be able to reach the production buildings, and the production buildings can cover the rest of the area. So here, we're going to mostly make a forest of birch trees. So we're definitely going to need a forester. We could either put that there or there. I think there will go good. Still got to be concerned about how power is going to be transferred over. This technically could be up on a platform. Ideas. This technically could be up like this. And then we've got the grits mills like that. Why would I want to do that? because that way maybe I can transfer power a bit more easier. How would I now transfer power? I don't think it will make much of a difference. Unless I did something like this here, put that like that, put that like that. You can get the forester up there, which is this one. Because all I need is to incorporate this area here. I don't need much of a space. No, it doesn't really mean anything. And that's going to be showing. No, okay, no, we're going to go back to the original. All right, so we're going to go back to this, and I've decided to put the forester on this side because if I ever want to expand down, I have the opportunity. So we have that like that for now. Cool. And could we actually fit another bakery there? If we so wanted to. We actually could. Okay, well we won't do that right now. We'll leave that as it is. Now we do need to keep in mind power and how we're going to transfer around. Now, let's get the wood down. So we're going to put birch trees because they're the fastest growing ones. Just like that. We could actually get some lumberjack flags right here. This needs, what is it, 1, 2 spaces. So if we go 1, 2, and then go like this, that would be sort of like the same size. That also means we can put a bit more birch down here. Whoops. Like that. Okay, cool. I am happy with that. So that kind of gets our little area done down here. Now, again, we do need to think about irrigation. We do. So let's maybe do something like this. Put that in there, like so. And that can be our little irrigation area. Now, I'm hoping it fits this whole area. I'm really hoping that's the case. And also, we could then do something like this, because that will give them another way to get up the stairs. I wonder if we could even put some monuments on there or something. We can put a beaver statue like that. You know what? I'm liking it. I am liking it. Okay, cool. So what are we thinking about power? So power is coming from over here. So if we take a look at this, we can come this way. We can actually just come up the side here. We can come out here. Or we can just go along the top. No, that wouldn't help. That would not help. Kind of want to get power in the middle here. Like that. And make it come out here somehow. If it comes out here, you can do something like this. Like that. And we can make it come out, which is not too bad. then we can mostly make it come from here somewhere, like so. Delete this for now. So something like that. Now, oops. We may want to make this a different version because we may want to extend this power. So we're going to leave a bit open. In fact, you know what I'll put this one just in case, so we can decide what we want later on. Then we can get this coming up all the way along here, and so on until we get to this point, like that. Oh, I forgot to put the corners in, didn't I? There we go. And that will all be underwater as well. So that will start giving us power for that. We don't need that there. These do not need power, so that's amazing. We also need to make sure that these are high priority. And the reason being is because once the water's gone, I want everyone to just jump on this stuff. So we're going to set this all to a high priority workspace or workplace. Done. So now we need farms. Now we need to actually farm the food. Now if we do that, that takes up quite a lot of it, to be honest with you. If we do it here. Okay. Can do this. Hopefully they can actually reach there. Oh, come on. Don't do me like that. Okay. I failed you guys, I'm sorry. There we go. So that should cover that whole area. So we've got food and we've got wood production going. So I'm happy with that, really happy with that. Then we've got to start thinking about the other stuff we need here. So we're going to have some leisure stuff down here. We're going to have some housing down here. Oops. Let's get pathing looking good as well. I want some path into all areas so that they can get to other places quite easily. I think that should be good enough. So with this area here, I was thinking if we ever want to transfer power, we could use housing, right? That would be a bit too high. But I still think it can work. So if we did that, then what else could we use to transfer power? What other building? I think most buildings transfer power. Or we could actually do something like, and I don't know if we would need power up here, but I'm getting it in place just in case. We could do something like this. Maybe we can't. Maybe we can't. I was thinking of putting one of these on here. But it just won't reach up there, would it? No, it's just one too low. We need this to be one higher, and we can do that by putting stuff underneath it. So if we delete all of that, and we put, let's say, some levees, or even not levees, let's put platforms. And we fill this area with just platforms there, like that. We get some housing. We do that. That brings it right to the point. And then we bring these housings. We can either then put a platform here like so, and then put one of these going up here, and then do the same on the other side for symmetry. Let's just do it. Is it auto-saving? It is auto-saving. Right, like that, and then put that like that. We could then do something like this. This here. And that gives us a bit of power coming out. And we can do that and that. And then there's multiple ways they can leave the district area, and there's 2 power cords coming up here. We just need to get the power over there, which we can do eventually. So that's not too much of a problem. We also don't need to have this. If we put something on top of this that can transfer power, we can also do that, but we'll figure that out in a bit. We'll figure out that a bit later. So, right, we've got food, we've got wood. Next thing, storage. How are we going to do storage? Now we need to store, in fact, we should do all the storage up here. And the reason being is that we need to access all the stuff once the water's back up. And we need to be able to access all our food. So we are going to build storage up here. So we're going to figure that out in a bit. First, housing. Now I was thinking, could I just use this? How many houses have we got here? We've got 32 and 2 of these, 16. That is 48. That's literally how many beavers I wanted. How did that work out? How did that work out? So we just need to make a few adjustments. So we need to put platform here and here, like that. How are they going to reach that one though? Interesting. How are they going to reach that one? Because this one, they can actually just, oh no. Now, I used an archway here. I could take that away and leave the space empty and put stairs in the middle to go up to the floor. But then I've got to think about how we're going to get to this one here. That's the question. I could take away one of these stairs, but that would just look ugly. Is there any other sort of housing I could use? But I don't think anything else will work too much. Let's see what the other housings are like. So if I put this, how tall is that? It's a bit too tall. This is a bit too small. Yeah. What's the height difference? Oh, it's the same height. This one just goes further back. But if they're the same height and the same level, yeah, it's not going to work. It's just going to do the same thing. So we can either use them as just power transfers, or we can use them as housing. But I think it's going to be a little bit difficult using them as housing. Unless I turn them around. Then we can make, yeah, I think that's the thing. I think I just turn them around. Okay, let me do that. All right, so now that I've turned them around, we can most probably deal with it in a better way. So that can deal with that. That can deal with that. How are we going to get up here? Could do something like this. Like, oh no. It would already need to be that high, wouldn't it? Maybe we push that back. Like so. And there you have it. And do this one. And there you go. All done. We have pretty much housing for 50 beavers incorporated in this upper area. They won't be able to use it once this is flooded though. So we will make a small settlement up here as well. It'll all be compact. All right, so storage is going to be up here. A few housing. We're going to make some leisure up here, but not just yet, not in this episode. That's going to be in the next episode. What else do we need to put down here? We need to put some sort of, we've got wood, we've got food, berries. We need berries because we need to be able to produce our own beavers. Okay, I nearly forgot about that. So we could actually put that here. Like so. That means that will need to go. Is that the right path? That was the right path. That goes. That goes like that. And that goes like that. That just allows them to get up and about. And then we can, but I wanted to leave space just in case I wanted to expand, isn't it? Okay, completely ignore everything I just said. just ignore it. We're gonna put berries somewhere else. Maybe we can pull it around here somewhere. So if we get this like this. And I don't think we need too many berries, that's the thing. The only thing with berries though, they take 12 days and then another 12 days to produce berries. It takes 24 days to produce berries. Now that might be the only thing we need to get from somewhere else. I don't think we can produce berries fast enough. Yeah, I don't think we can produce berries fast enough. So that is going to be scrapped. Yeah, I think that's the only thing we're going to need from somewhere else. Unfortunately. So let's make a little leisure area. We need the campfires, help with fertility and the aging of the beavers. Makes them grow up faster. Like that. We can get some shrines in there. Like so. Get some bushes in here, some decorations. In fact, let's get one bush and some benches. Just have a few things here. And then we need a temple. Where are you? All right. There. I think that would definitely help with their life happiness. I forgot what it's called. The morale, that's it. Their well-being, that's another word for it. It definitely will help with their morale and well-being. So that's a nice little area. We're obviously going to have to jazz up the place a bit, make it a lot more prettier, get some roofs about and all that jazz. But I think for now, that shouldn't be too bad. So I'm going to let them start building this. I don't know if I'm going to finish building it before the end of the episode. I'll cut back in to when I have to go. But we're gonna build some of it as much as we possibly can. And then we'll see how it goes from there. See you guys in a sec. Okay, so I'm going to have to cut in here. Now, we got the majority of it done. And look at this. This looks absolutely amazing. Now, this does come underwater. So we may have to adjust this a bit. But I think... Wait. The water's overpressurizing. I think I know why that is. It's not normally going to be this high. And the reason why that is because I have no beavers. I have no beavers sucking up the water, so it's not going anywhere. In fact, out of 160 beavers, I only have 15 left. Now, I just came back to find this in this state, so we need to investigate what actually happened. So I had a little town here that was building this place. And let me just show you how far they've gone. Look at that. They've done pretty much everything apart from the last 2 metal platforms and the metal statues, which will get done eventually. So it looks like this place ran out of food. This place ran out of water. That's what killed them. So when this place ran out of water, it stopped providing them some food. Even though they had some, it wasn't enough. So that killed that. And then this place ran out of what? They had food, they had water. So why did they die? They don't have any berries, so they can't produce anymore, because this area was providing them berries. There you go. There's the chain reaction. So unfortunately, I have run out of time. Oh, I put these in here as well. I didn't do that in the beginning. So this is going to be the entrance to Atlantis. But yes, I have run out of time. I'm going to repopulate this this whole beaver place, this whole map with beavers, with these 15 beavers. What I'll do, I'll just end up sending these to the main town here, putting them in important jobs, letting them rebuild and all that jazz. In the next episode, we need to make more water production. I don't think there's enough water production here, so we need to sort that out. And we're gonna fill up all the towns again with beavers, and we're gonna get these bits done, and then we can start working on the next phase of Atlantis. So guys, I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.